Alright, it is 1 something in the morning. I am leaving Kyrgyzstan and I'm headed to 2 countries today. So, let's get it. Want to travel around the world? Walk with lions and bungee jump off cliffs? Visit 100 countries and 8 wonders of the world. Experience culture and travel on a budget? Well, tune on into Mr. 100 Countries Visited. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Luch back at it. At this point, I was preparing to leave Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is one of my favorite new destinations. I just love the cultural aspect there, and everything was just super affordable. So it was time for another country, another day. So I was leaving Tashkent, was at the airport, and I was headed to Kyrgyzstan, which is my 124th country. Insanity. You gotta love duty free, or you gotta love airports. So you can't have alcohol going past security, but you can have alcohol over here. Isn't it crazy? Stupid. Yeah, the rules of travel sometimes confuse me because how can I not have alcohol going through security, but less than 5 feet away from security I can buy additional alcohol? Makes no sense at all. Anywho, whoever came up with this candy bar is just a whole freak, because who names a candy bar Nut and Go? Y'all mind in the gutter. One leaving Uzbekistan to 124th country is Kyrgyzstan. So Kyrgyzstan is home to about 7.3 million people. It is completely covered about 90% of its region with the Tian Shan mountain range. It is home to one of the world's highest altitude alpine lakes, and the official languages spoken there is Russian and Kyrgyz. So I was kind of excited there to see what the vibe is. I knew that overwhelmingly it was safe, and that's always a plus. And, it's a landlocked country in Central Asia. So, hey, it was time to explore and check things out. On this flight, I knew that I wanted to immediately just get there, get in the airport, clear immigration, and leave, because I don't know, it was starting to get to the point of the trip. Things started to feel a bit redundant, and travel is my first love, but at the same time, it's just like, landing in the destination, clearing immigration, and then boom, I'm exploring. So I don't know, I kind of found out during this trip that 2 weeks is kind of like my limit, and this was the second week. and I believe I had about a week left in this trip. So anywho, people was trying to stop me at the airport, trying to stand in front of me while leaving the airport, and I was not going. I had my taxi out and ready I ordered it while I was in the immigration line. So I knew how far away he was, and everything just timed out perfectly. Going from Manas International Airport to central Bishkek, which is the capital of Kyrgyzstan, was about a 40-minute drive. And you definitely see the Tian Shan mountain range all in the back. You probably can see it right there. And I was just ready to explore it. So y'all continue to watch. So I encourage you to stand. I did not have a long time there. It was pretty much an in and out situation there in the afternoon, gone by the morning. So I wanted to make sure that I stayed at a quality hostel just in case I got back to my room early. I didn't want no issues because in the past I've chosen quite some interesting spots. So this hostel was absolutely banging. It was clean, it was spacious, and it was affordable too. So I just threw my stuff on down, and it was time to experience Bishkek. So my first stop was definitely to look for some food because the brother was hungry. But of course, I wanted to walk around and, breathe in that Bishkek air and also see the mountains if I could because I love mountains, I love nature. So at this point, the walk to grabbing something to eat, I found this restaurant called Novato, which was at, I believe it was called the Central Asian Mall or the Asian Mall, and that's it right there. And it took about 15 to 20-minute walk from my hostel. So you're about to see the inside of the Asian Mall in Bishkek. And it should be noted that a lot of locals was kicking it here. Like, people was outside, in and out, swinging and kicking it and thanging up in this mall. Man, it was super busy. So, y'all check it out, y'all. So I got to good old Novato, right? And everything looked good online. It looked, traditional and authentic. However, Novato is home to the nastiest thing I ever consumed in my entire life. They gave me this complimentary shot of white substance, which I later found out was goat milk, and it was absolutely gross. I guess I'm not having dinner alone tonight. I haven't tasted anything that nasty in a long time. It's supposed to be a compliment. This shit is nasty. This is a compliment. I think I need to leave. Not the right way to greet somebody at a restaurant. Let me tell y'all something. That shit was the worst shit I ever had in my entire life. It tasted like death. Like, just the worst. It was so bad. If I can describe the taste, it was just super bitter. It had a weird odor going. You couldn't smell it initially going inside of your mouth, but when it got in your mouth, it's like, what is this? Oh my gosh. It's like I was sipping death. That's the best way I can explain it. As you can see, I put that shit to the opposite side of the table, and it took them forever to come back to the table. I did not even want that on the table with me. I put it on the opposite side, and immediately when my waiter came back around, I'm like, please take this. No, and you know what? No more compliments. Please, no more compliments. Let's see how this lemonade tastes. The citrus lemonade is banging. Oh yeah, they redeemed themselves with this. Yeah. So this is how much I love potatoes. This is how much I love potatoes. So yeah, Novato, I'm gonna give that a good 6 out of 10. Novato was not Novatoing. The highlight of my meal was my potatoes and my lemonade. So I don't know. After I got done with Novato, it was time to leave the Asian Mall, and then from there, I was just walking around, mingling with the locals as per usual. I wanted to see how hard I could hit this punching bag, and I think I did my thing. Got a little jab to me, 1 2 1 2. So once I got done with that, man, I wanted to find like a bar. Specifically, I always look for like hip hop bars because I love hip hop music. I love R&B music. So they did have one in Bishkek. That is just so amazing. Where I'm always astounded by the smallest things on how far music can just reach, how far hip hop can reach. Hip hop started out in New York, and man, it's just worldwide. That's amazing. So yep, it took me about like 20 some odd minutes. No, I'm lying. It took about like 40 some odd minutes to reach the hip hop bar. I forgot what the name of it was, but y'all, it turned out it wasn't even that far from my hostel. So I was just like, damn, that's what's up. So I got there, and it was a vibe. This was 70-year-old scotch. Crazy. And I have no clue why my audio stopped working. I don't know. I think I was on the phone with somebody, so probably it canceled out my audio. But this bar was super cool. They was playing all the tunes, y'all. They was playing Yin Yang Twins, played some Mike Jones. Ooh, Mike Jones. Ooh, Mike Jones. You name it. Eve, Lil Kim. Yeah, it was nice. So all good things had to come to an end. Again, I had a very early morning, and I didn't know how Bishkek traffic worked early in the morning, so I wanted to make sure that I got my tail to the airport at a decent time. So this was inside of a Bishkek convenience store. They had a lot of local products. It just always takes me back to how we never really see American products overseas. So y'all continue to watch. All right, it is 1 something in the morning. I am leaving Kyrgyzstan, and I'm headed to 2 countries today. So let's get it. Yes, all good things have to come to an end, unfortunately. Would I go back to Kyrgyzstan? Absolutely, because I feel like I need to explore it a little bit more. I would love to hike the Tian Shan Mountains, because there's a township called Krong, located on the southeastern end of Kyrgyzstan, and it has a lot of just beautiful nature. At least the pictures say it all. And it also is bordered by Afghanistan. So I think that'd be a bit of a thrill, because Afghanistan is a destination that I've not hit, and honestly, as an American, I'm gonna be watching out. I don't know. I'm just looking at this airport, and it's ugly. Not an attractive airport at all. Reminds me of when I was in Vietnam. Looks a bit dated. So of course I tell myself I need some coffee before getting on my flight. And what did I run into? That nasty ass goat milk. I was just like, ugh, gross. It just put the taste right back in my mouth, y'all. But anywho, nonetheless, this coffee shop was absolutely good. This guy, he made me a shaken espresso, and it was banging. So that being said, officially it was time to leave Bishkek, and I was headed to another country another day, and that country was Kuwait. I tried to get into Kuwait the first time that I went there, but it didn't work out. But this time it did. All right, I'm leaving Kyrgyzstan, and I'm en route to a country that I've been to before. I had some hiccups with this country the last time I was there, so I'm going to give it a second try. And that country is Kuwait. So, peace out, everybody. Yep, so it's time to go from Bishkek to Kuwait City. And I was just hoping to get into Kuwait this time because last time when I was there, it just did not fall through. But this time things did align with me, and I did get into Kuwait. There were a few hiccups with immigration. They had me go through a few steps and ask me additional questioning, but overall they were cool, and I got to experience Kuwait for the first time. So I landed in Kuwait, and I have about 5 hours here to see Yeah, my time in Kuwait was very short. I had about a 6 hour layover there. So I wanted to just, again, do my usual walk around, make sure that, I'm doing at least 3 things, and a brother did. So just continue to watch, y'all. I'm at Kuwait, baby. Yeah. And after about spending 3.5 hours out in Kuwait, it was time to head my tail back on in because I needed some AC, and I also needed to detox as I started to feel my system, I don't know, just starting to feel like an overload at this point. Gotta cleanse out. Anywho, thank y'all so much for watching. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And be on the lookout for the next country, which was Azerbaijan. Peace.